good day again. It's still the 16th of June. This short one's going to be on something that's necessary but more mundane than chasing down fugitives. Focuses on the Portland Courthouse in Portland, Oregon. And obviously Marshals had to guard that courthouse last summer. And, you know, it's just, I'll put a short video on, then I'm going to comment on it, okay?
Nearly every night for weeks, Portland's federal courthouse has come under attack.
People should be yelling, shouting from the courthouse steps their grievances, not trying to burn it to the ground.
Donald Washington and Russell Berger are U.S. Marshals charged with protecting federal courthouses. Tonight telling us protesters targeted their deputies with Molotov cocktails, even improvised explosive devices.
Steel bars thrown, helmets. The lacrosse stick is used to launch the mortars. We've had multiple injuries from lasers into the eyes, head injuries, deputies getting punched.
Who are these people that are doing this?
We have legitimate protesters that are out there expressing their First Amendment right, and we support that. But then you've got this other group, they want nothing more than to create chaos and injure people. And it's not a big group.
In early July, Homeland Security sent in agents to help the Marshals, but their tactics have been criticized, including shooting this protester with an impact munition. He's now recovering.
The case of Donovan Labella, who's 26 years old.
Correct.
He was shot in the head.
We take use of force incidents very seriously, especially when somebody gets hurt. It will be investigated thoroughly.
Local officials believe that the federal presence exacerbated the situation.
Oh, I would say definitely the optics of those things contributed to it.
After a deal was struck between state and federal officials, state troopers replaced federal agents outside the courthouse. And last night was peaceful.
Well, my take on it, you know, I'm all for peaceful protesting, but when people bring out Molotov cocktails and lasers to blind law enforcement officers, you know, I think those are situations that call for deadly force, you know. They interviewed two marshals who were in charge of the security of the courthouse, and I think that they showed remarkable restraint, you know. I mean, if I was in charge, that's why I will never be in charge, but if I was in charge, you know, I think it's perfectly legally, perfectly morally justified in a case like that, you know, to have designated marksmen, snipers, if you will, and if somebody has a Molotov cocktail in their hand, you know, you should be able to shoot them, you know. That's how I think, you know. Maybe you disagree with me, but again, you know, if you've ever been doused with gasoline, I never have, and I hope you never have, but you know, it's you know, it's a deadly force experience. Same thing with playing with that damn laser that these guys like to do. That can burn your eyes, so I also, you know, would count that. I would probably use it on either shoot out the laser or the people who are using it, you know. And the rest of them, the peaceful demonstrators, I love them. Good for them, you know. But I also noticed that the lady on there, she was concerned, rightfully so, about probably a peaceful demonstrator who was hit by non-lethal munition in the forehead, and that is something that should always be investigated. It's something that we should be concerned about. But we also have to remember that, you know, it's not this, that, or the other. It's both together. But when somebody was coming into the Capitol, someone was shot through the neck. I think, you know, unjustifiably, she died. And, you know, you don't hear a whole lot of complaining about that. You know, so now, again, invading the Capitol, that's a deplorable act. I don't support that. That's terrible. Some police officers were injured as a result of that. But again, you know, coming in unarmed versus shining lasers, trying to blind people and throwing Molotov cocktails, two different things, okay? So this is what I think the environment that you're going into in law enforcement. I don't think you can escape it, whether you're state, local, federal, you're going to get hit with it. There's a lot of people who just don't like us right now, who don't like you, don't like law enforcement, don't like people who go into it. I don't know what they would replace the government with, probably with themselves, you know, with if they ever did get in power, and they'd probably be very, you know, very vicious. But fortunately, most of them are overweight and you know, haven't left the donut shop of a college faculty lounge. So, you know, some of them, you know, there's one down the street, you know, she thinks she's a revolutionary. She's going to run around the block in humidity. revolutionary, you know, she'd collapse in a 25-yard run. I mean, you know, there's just no way. You know, she'd have to go home to eat. You know, there's no way she could fight a revolution. So that's me spouting off. But you know, I think we've reached 1,000 subscribers. I thank God for that. And I thank God for you guys for watching this, and also for stepping up and wanting to work in law enforcement at this time in our history. Okay, have a very good day.